Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet this beautiful hat for the set that I did last tutorial. I mentioned that I was going to make a matching hat, and this is the hat. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of materials you're going to need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my video in Spanish and English. If you're receiving a Spanish video and you want to see that video in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel. Then you will find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. And at the end of each video, I leave a playlist with all my English tutorials. To make this hat, I'm going to use the leftover yarn from last week tutorial from the sweater, my lollipop sweater. This, the main color was from a Fashion Plus Amazing Volume Mill End Assortment. It's 100% acrylic and like a medium 4. These ones are from Loops and Thread, impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. This one is gold and this one is arbor rose. And like I said, this is the leftover yarn that I have from the sweater. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissor, measurement tape just in case you want to go by measurement, and the crochet hook for the brim is a 5.5 millimeter, and for the top of the hat is 6.5 millimeter. This one is size I, and this one size K US. So if you want to do a pom-pom, you will need a pom-pom maker or a pom-pom for the hat. We're gonna start with the brim of the hat, and the width depends how you want to do the brim. If you want a foldable brim, you have to do more chain, and if you want a single brim, you do less. I'm gonna do a single brim and I'm gonna do a chain plus 1 to turn my work around. Now if you're doing this for a kid, you can do 6 chain plus 1, and if you want these to fold, you can do 16 plus 1 or 17 plus 1, 18 plus 1. Don't have to be even number, okay? The thing is, it has to be plus 1 to turn your work around. So you're gonna leave a tail long enough for sewing. When you finish with the length that you need to sew them together, because we're gonna start from the forehead up to the head. So that tail is for sewing, and I'm gonna do a plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1 to turn my work around, 9. So you're gonna go to the second chain from the hook and do your single crochet. Now you're gonna do a single crochet in total, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to chain 1 to turn your work around, and you're going to go to the second stitch from the hook and the back strand, and you're going to do your first single crochet always in the back strand. So that's 1, 2, and the back strand is this one here. You have like a V in the back here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8, I'm gonna grab the 2 strand. That way it's nice and even and you don't get a hole in here. And that is 8. Chain 1 again, and you're gonna go to this stitch here in that back strand and do your first single crochet. And like that, you're gonna continue working until you have the length that you need for the circumference of the head of the person that you're making this hat. Either for a kid, a baby, an adult, a teenager. You just have to measure the circumference around the forehead, the ears, the back of the head, all the way around. And remember to do this a little, not too loose, just very well fitted, you know. That is a little, not too tight, but snug. Because remember, crochet, it tends to stretch, and don't go back to the same shape as what you did if you don't, you know, like play with it. It's not like netting that you do a 1x1 rib or a 2x2 rib, and when you remove your hat, it go back again to that form. Okay, so this don't. If you make this loose, your hat will be loose. The entire thing can fall off. So this had to be snug. So again, you chain one, come here, and do your single crochet, and do a single crochet in each space in the back strand. So mine are 8, 6, 7, and again 8 with a twist strand. Chain one and turn my work around. I will meet you here when I have the length for mine. I will let you know how many row I will do for mine and the measurements. Here I have the length of the brim. So I did 54 rows and measured 46 centimeters without stretching. If you stretch it, then it's more. But like this, sitting a flat like this is 46 centimeters, 18 inches. So now with the tail, without cutting this yarn, you're gonna come here and you're gonna sew this together, and you have the circumference and the brim of your hat. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna remove that chain that I did here when I finish, and I'm gonna come here with the crochet hook. I'm gonna pass the crochet hook and the border here. See, I have the two strands, and I'm gonna pass the loop, and then I'm gonna chain one, and I do this, and I stretch the chain doesn't count. It's just to secure this. Now your working yarn is in the center of the seam, and that will create an even work, and it'll be much easier for you. Now you're going to come here with the tapestry needle, and you're going to come here at the first stitch, and you're going to pass it through. And then you're going to come here to that single stitch, and here that single strand, and you pass it through. And then I'm going to work here in between these two. And the single strand and this side. And like that, you're going to continue working until you get to the end. And then you will lose the tail. But make sure when you're going to lose the tail, you don't catch this with this. And then you'll decide which side that you want for the outside, if it's this one like this or this one. You see, this one don't have any seam that you sew in it, so I may do this, flip it around and choose that one. So after I finish, I will choose. So something that you have to do if you're doing that is figure out which side you want for the outside and lose the tail in the other side, in the inside of the hat. So like I showed you, I did the inside out. I flip it around. So this was the side that I did the sewing, and then I turn it inside out, and this will be my out part. But if you're doing this to flip the brim, because you're doing it wider to flip it up, and then you do the hat like this from this side where you have that little, because when you flip this up, this will be the part that show in the outside of the hat. But for mine, I'm gonna do this because I'm not, and it look like you don't have any seam. If I hide that there, you don't see any seam. So now with the 6.5, we're gonna do a round of single crochet, and in this round, if you want, you can do some increases. If you want the hat to be a little you know, more loose in the part at the top, but this is the only round that you will do increases. So the amount of increases that you want to do is up to you. I flip it the other way, and now I have to put it back because I flip it. So like I said, if you want to do increases, you can do increases here. You're going to chain one. Remember, we chain one to pass these two here, but then you secure that, you pull to secure the stitch. Now you chain one, and then you're going to do a single crochet in that space. That'll be a little more, it's a little bit tight in here. You will do a single crochet, and now you will do a single crochet in each space. And if you want to do an increase, if, for example, you do a single crochet in this space, and then you do another one in there, and that will be the increase. And I will be doing some increase, just a few, probably every 8 single crochet, doing an increase. That way I don't have too many, or every 10 you can do an increase. So if I'm gonna do it every 8, I don't have 2 in there. So do that round a single crochet, and I will meet you here to do the next one. Okay, and remember, the amount of increase is up to you, how many increases you want to do. If you want a very slouchy hat, and then you do more increases. Okay, so I done 2 increases so far. I did a single crochet, and in the same space I did another single crochet. And maybe for you, you don't have to do any increase because you like the size that you're getting with the bigger crochet hook. So I finished that round, but I don't do the slip stitch yet, because now I'm gonna do the slip stitch and pull the gold color out. I'm gonna start with the stripes. So I have a slip knot here, and I'm gonna come here, pass through here, and to do a slip stitch, and instead to bring out the color that we're working, we're gonna bring out the one that we're gonna work with. So now in here I'm gonna do chain 3. That's 1. I grab the 2, now 2 and 3. I pull this one. Yep. And now I'm gonna lose that tail, and I'm gonna do a double crochet and top of each single crochet. And make sure that you don't cut that one or lose that one, because the next round gonna be a round of single crochet with that one. Okay, so you're gonna continue like this all the way around. And when you finish here, don't do the slip stitch with this color, because we're gonna start working with it. I finish here. I'm gonna do my slip stitch, and I'm gonna do in a way that I don't have to cut this one like I did for the sweater. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here to the 3rd chain, and I'm gonna pull the main color. That's the one that we start with, and I'm gonna pass it through here like a little slip stitch. I'm gonna pull this one a little bit because it's a little bit too big, and then I'm gonna cross this one and top this one. I'm gonna trap this one in here like that, and then I'm gonna grab that slip stitch. I think I tied a little bit too much, and you're gonna go through there to that third chain, and you're gonna do your single crochet, and like that you did that part. Then now you leave the gold color in here because you're gonna need it when you have to do that color again. And then now what you're gonna do is a single crochet on top of each double crochet, and like that you finish there and it's even. The next round we're gonna do with the arbor rose. I finished the round. Now I had to do the slip stitch, but I'm gonna do the slip stitch with the next color. So I'm gonna do the slip knot, and I'm gonna do my slip stitch, but instead to bring out this color I'm gonna pass the pink or the rose. So I'm gonna pass a slip stitch through here. So now in here, like I did with the gold, let me not pull, I pulled this one a little bit too much. Like I did with the gold, I'm gonna pass this one and tap this one like that, and I'm gonna do my first chain, grabbing the tail and the working yarn of the pink. Now I'm gonna do my other two chain, but I'm gonna remove that tail from here. I'm gonna chain two. If you find that this one is a little bit too loose, the middle one, just pull the tail a little bit. Now make sure that you leave here this one and the gold. That's it. Okay. Untangle that, and the gold is under here. See? Because they had to be there. So now I'm going to do my double crochet with the pink. And I'm going to lose the pink tail, leaving those ones there. And I'm going to do this round of double crochet. And if you do it like that, you have a better finish here. You see? Usually the other color peak a little bit when you do this, but by doing it like that, it's nice and even. So do this round of double crochet with the other color. Make sure that you don't know losing those tails in there because you're going to need those next. So I'll meet you here at the end of this round. So I finished a round. Now I'm gonna do the slip stitch with this one, but at the same time I want to trap the gold those two rounds higher up. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna pass the third chain my hook, and this one you see I put it on the top of the hook. That way it's trapped. And then the gold I'm gonna pass it like this. I'm gonna cross it on the top here like that. Cross it on the top of the hook. One this way, the other on the other way, and then you're going to work with this one. And you will see in the inside, it seems complicated, but it's now will be much easier for you when you have to work with the gold again. So there, you do your chain. Now you do your single crochet. And you see, the gold is trapped a little bit higher up. And then the pink one is there. So now with the main color, you're gonna work your single crochet, and here I had to fix this because I don't grab the slip stitch when I did the single crochet. I like to grab that strand, do the single crochet, that way it's nice and even here. So now I'm gonna do my single crochet on top of each double crochet. And it seems a little complicated, that part. If you want, you do that, or you leave the gold until next round that you will bring it up. But it's already here. You see, it's already there, ready to be nice and close to the top. So I'll meet you here when I finish this round. And it's looking nice and even in here. Now I'm gonna finish here. I'm gonna do the slip stitch, and I'm gonna pass, you see, this one on top of the hook, and then with the gold, the one I'm gonna grab, and I'm gonna do the slip stitch, tie this one a little bit more, and now I'll leave that one there. I'm gonna do my chain, 1, 2, and 3. Leave these 2 in here, and then I'm gonna work a double crochet on top of each single crochet, and make sure that you don't grab those here. And I'm gonna do this round. I finish this round, and I'm gonna again do my slip stitch. I'm gonna pass it through here, this one, and then I'm gonna pass the pink to the other side. That way the pink will be trapped a little higher up, and I'm gonna pass this one to the slip stitch, making sure that these 2 are on each side, and I'm gonna do my single crochet, my chain 1, and do the single crochet in that space. The slip stitch, the wrong size. Again, let's try it again. Come here, and you're gonna grab this one. It seems a little complicated, but it's not really. You will have a better finish. Let me pull this one a little bit because it was too loose. That's what happened. And then I will do my chain, and in that space in here I will do my first single crochet like that. What happened was I did it too loose, that slip stitch of this color, and then I went on top of the single crochet. Now make sure that you have the 2 tails here. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the colors, but it's better to have them there just in case. And what we're gonna do now is a decrease. So I'm gonna do 7 in a decrease. So I have 1, 2, 3. Make sure that you have those 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 8 and 9 we're going to do it together. We pass it through 8, we don't finish, go to 9, pass it, we have 3 loops, and you're going to close those 3 loops, and like that you're going to do the decrease. Again, you're going to do 7, and 8 and 9 you're going to do them together because you are starting to give a shape to the crown of the hat. Okay, and start to make them more round like that. So 7, 8 and 9 together. I finished the round. Now we're going to work with the pink. So I'm going to do the slip stitch, and I'm going to pass the pink, and I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do a double crochet on top of each single crochet. And when we finish with this round of the pink, you're going to cut the yarn because we don't going to use this one anymore. And then you're going to do a round of single crochet, and we're going to do decrease. And then after that, we're going to work 1 round with a gold, and then we're going to cut the gold and just work with this one. So it's a very easy hat. Single crochet and double crochet. And I'm trying to do my best to have a nice finish in here. So far so good. So do this round and I will meet you here at the end to start the next round of decrease with single crochet. I'm gonna finish here. Now I'm gonna do the slip stitch with this one, and when I do this, it's getting trapped this strand under this one. So I need to cross it in the top because I'm not bringing any other yarn up. The goal will be here for the next round. I don't want to bring it up this time. So now I'm gonna chain one, and in that space I'm gonna do a single crochet, and now we're gonna do more decrease. A single crochet, pull this a little bit, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the pink because it's a little tangled up with the other ones, and I'm with that one. So I'm gonna lose a little bit that tail as I work my single crochet, and I did a yarn over. I'm gonna do a single crochet, 6, and then 7 and 8 together. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8 together, and again 6, 7 and 8 together because we have to decrease more at the top of the hat. So you're gonna do this round, and then when you finish this round you're gonna change to the goal, exactly the same as I showed you so far, and you're gonna do a round with the goal with no decrease. So it will be a double crochet and top of each single crochet, and after that we're gonna change to this color, and then we're gonna finish the top of the hat with this color. So go ahead, do this round a single crochet with decrease. So 6 single crochet, 7 and 8 together, 6 single crochet, 7 and 8 together, 4 decreases. Do the goal, cut the gold yarn because we don't want to use it anymore, and then we'll continue with that one. Something that I wanted to mention before I continue with my work is that even if you lost the tail in here, you have to secure this one with the tapestry needle, because remember this was a slip stitch done, and instead of to grab the pink you grab the next color, so this is loose in here, and if you don't secure that tail as you wear the hat, this will get loose and loose and loose, and it can, you know, it will come undone in here. So with the tapestry needle, you see I lost my tail in here, but with my tapestry needle I had to secure this in here, that way don't move from that place. So now I will work with the gold and I will meet you. I finished the round and I cut the gold and just pass through this one. I'm gonna chain one, I'm gonna do a single crochet in here, exactly the same, and I'm gonna lose a little bit the tail of the gold, but remember you will have to sew that later, a little piece, because that is loose in here like I mentioned with the pink color. So now you're gonna do exactly the same as the round from here. You're gonna do 6 single crochet and 7 and 8 together. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 together. 1 I did a chain, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. Like that you're going to continue all the way around to the end of this round, and I will meet you here, okay? So 6 and 7 and 8 together. I finished the round, and now we're going to do a double crochet round, but we're going to do the crease here because we are just in the top of the hat. We just have a little bit to work on the crown. So you're going to do a chain of 2 and you're going to do a double crochet. Now we're going to do a decrease, so you're going to do a double crochet that you don't want to finish and go to the next one, do the same, a double crochet. You had 3 loops, you're going to close 3 loops. Again, 1 and 2 double crochet separate, and we're going to do the decrease in the next one, double crochet. You have 2 loops, go to the next one, you have 3 loops, you're going to close those 3 loops. Again, 2 double crochet, 1 separate and 2 separate double crochet. Go to the next space, you do a double crochet that you don't want to finish, and yarn over and go to the next space, do another double crochet. You have 3 loops, you're going to close those 3 loops. Again, 1 double crochet and another one in the next space, and again you're going to do a decrease, 1 double crochet that you don't want to finish, yarn over, another double crochet, and you're going to close those 3 loops. And again, 1 double crochet and another one in the next space, and then you're going to do a decrease, and like that you're going to continue all the way to the end, and you're going to finish with 2 separate double crochet. I'm going to finish this with 2 double crochets separate, 1 and 2. Now you're going to do the slip stitch. You have the chain 2 that you started with, you go on top of the double crochet, and is where you're going to do your slip stitch. Now you're going to chain 1 and you're going to do a single crochet in the same space. Now you're going to work a single crochet on top of these 2 together that you did in the round before, but you don't want to come here to the top, because if you go to the top you're creating a little hole, you see, in there. So you're going to come under this strand that is sideways here. When you go under there, you'll have a strand in here under, okay, and you do a single crochet, you see, and you don't get a hole in there. So now the next 2 separated double crochet, you're going to do them together. You do 1 single crochet, you don't want to finish that one, go to the next one. You have 3 loops and you're going to close those 3 loops. Now we are on top of the double crochet that we did 2 together in the round before. So if you look at here, you see, if you go there, you will have a hole, but if you go under this one that is sideways and you do your single crochet, it will be perfect. Now you're going to do the decrease, go to the next one, you have 3 loops, close the 3 loops, and again you're going to do a single crochet in here, go under and do the single crochet, and again you're going to do a decrease, single crochet, you don't want to finish, go to the next space, single crochet, you're going to close those 3, and then in here again, see, if you look at these, I don't know if you can see well there, you have those 2 together, you have the hole in the top. If you go there you will create a hole, but if you go under this strand and then just close in that hole, and it will look much better. And like that you're going to continue all the way around, and we're creating the round part at the top of the hat. I finish the round with 2 together, and then I'm going to do slip stitch in the first single crochet, and it will be like this. Now we're going to do 2 together, 2 together, 2 together, and double crochet. So you're going to chain 2, sorry, you're going to chain 2 because that's the decrease, and in the next space you're going to do the double crochet, and then now you're going to do a double crochet in the next space that you don't want to finish, and yarn over, and a double crochet that you don't want to finish, so you close those 3 loops. Do the same in the next 2 space, so a double crochet that you don't want to finish, a double crochet that you don't want to finish, and then you close those 3. Again, double crochet, without finish, yarn over, go to the next space and do the same and close those 3 loops together. And again, yarn over, a double crochet that you don't want to finish, and another one that you're going to close them together. And like that you're going to continue all the way around, and we are creating the round part at the top of the hat, just to finish, to close the hat in the top. So I almost finished this round, yarn over, I'm going to do a double crochet that I don't want to finish, and over double crochet that I don't want to finish, close those 3 loops. Now we have only one left there, so we're gonna do a double crochet that we don't gonna finish. And now we're gonna go and top not the 2 chain but the double crochet that we did here on the top, and you're gonna do a slip stitch through those 2 loops, and like that you finish the round, and we only have a little bit in here. So now you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna do a single crochet in each space because we don't want to create those little holes. So you're gonna do a single crochet in that space, and in here you have the in the top, but you see if you do the single crochet there, you will create a hole. You go under that strand and do a single crochet. You see how tend to open the hole, so you go under and do your single crochet, and like that you're gonna do this round, and then the next one we're gonna close the top of our hat. Okay, so to look like that. I finished the round, but we still have a little hole that we're gonna close, so we're gonna do that with single crochet without finishing any of them, creating some loops. And we're gonna need the other crochet hook that we use for the brim of the hat just at the end, because with this we don't can go all the way around. So you're gonna work with this one until you can work anymore. You're gonna chain 1, and then you go to the next single crochet. You're gonna pass it through, pull that loop, and you don't want to finish, and you're going to do that on each single crochet. You have 3 loops, go to the next one, and so on until you can't work anymore with this one, like this. And I think this one is the last one. You see, after this one I don't continue doing that and those rest. So what I'm gonna do with this one, I'm gonna come to the next one, I'm gonna pull it through, and the next one, don't matter that this one is a little bit smaller because we're just doing this 3, and the last one here, it's a little close in here. It's like I pass it through the other side. Okay, 4. Pass it through. I pass it through the wrong place. Okay, there we go. And the last single crochet was a little bit too tight. There. I have my 4 loops. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna yarn over in the hook, and you're gonna pass the strand through those 4, and like that you finish with that one. Now you're gonna grab this hook, you're gonna pass that loop in here, and then very careful you're gonna pass this, just wiggling your crochet hook, and it will pass through all those loops. And here you're gonna pass the strand through, cut the yarn, pass it through, pull the tail, and wiggle around to create it. And now you're gonna lose that tail in the inside. If you want to place a pom-pom here, go ahead, but you can leave it like this because it has a really nice finish on the top. Okay, so I'm gonna lose my tails, and then I will decide if I want a pom-pom or not. Remember to secure those tails because they are loose, so you don't want the hat to fall apart. So you secure your tails, and then you're done if you don't want a pom-pom. If you do the beginning and the end of the hat like I showed you here in the video, you will hardly have any seam. That's the thing with crochet, that you always get a seam, but in this hat it hardly noticeable. So that's the back, and here is the front. And the only thing that I have to do is the tag in here, and with the tag look with a nicer finish. I bought these tags through the internet, so I will leave the link in the description box below just in case you want to buy them, because these give a nicer finish to your piece. So this is the amount of yarn that I have left from these 2. These are exactly the same ball of yarn that I use for the sweater. So look how much yarn I have left over. And from the ball that I use for this one, I have this. So this one was used in the sweater as well, and I have still this. So you can do a pom-pom if you like. I don't want to do a pom-pom for mine, just like this. I'm going to put it into the little foam head, and I will show you the end result. Well, this is the end result, and this hat is very cute. Looks really, really nice. It's a little big for this foam head. This foam head is for an adolescent around 10 to 12 years old. And this hat is for an adult size, so it's a little bit big in the little head, but it'll look really nice. That's why it looks like this, because it's poofy there, and the inside is loose. So in my size, it fit perfect, no problem. And here is the top of the crown, like that. That looks really nice. And you can place a pom-pom like I mentioned if you would like, or you can leave it like this. And the seam, you only see the seam more in the lighter color here. You always will have a seam with crochet. Whoever don't get a seam with double crochet really have magic hand, because you always get a seam no matter what you do. I try different ways, different form to try, but you always get a seam. Some you see more than other, but and you see, and here is a little bit big, and you have to put it like this in order to fit. And but it's because it's an adult size. And then you can, if you made it for a smaller person, you can do this in the back like a slouchy, you know. But it's a really nice hat and very easy to do. Well, this is the end result, and I absolutely love this hat. The set look amazing, and I hope you guys like it and give it a try and a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber and you make this beautiful hat or any of my design and you want to send me some picture. You can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family and in groups. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.